Stream. All good. Unattractive dance, let's go. My crony neck. An old croon. Yeah, we're doing The Room 2. Because I've done The Room. Believe it or not, I had to delete my previous profile because I've actually beaten all of the Room games that are out and not VR, to my knowledge. I'm being up to 4, I think. But I had to delete my previous profile because I didn't remember what I named it when I was playing it cooperatively with my brother. Anyways, that's been fixed. Usually I give about 5 minutes pre-stream, but I actually stopped doing that. My streams don't start at 5 anymore, but if you join at 5, you usually don't miss anything, and the 5-minute pre-stream was a general idea for when if people showed up a lot, like if people showed up, the 5 minutes would be to communicate and interact with the chat. But considering basically no one shows up, I fixed some more audio issues, I think. So my voice should be coming through better. And yeah. Let's just get straight into the game. If my calculations are correct, then this is where you will emerge. Welcome, friend, we have much to share. Now you are blind, but I have left you provision to see that your passage might be shorter than mine. I am forced to conceal it somewhere in this room and trust in your wits to uncover it. I am not the only ghost in this place. Ass. Technically that says ass, but the lens is broken. If you ever wonder why this game has such simplistic point-and-click controls, it is because this game was made for mobile. Yar! For the most part in this game, there's like never a reason to remove the eyepiece, but it boy doesn't hurt your eyes to actually stare through it all the time. 23rd of October, 1883. Mr. Rigby, suffice it to say that I do not share my colleague's faith in your character. Were it up to me, I should not engage a man of such low breeding and even lower station as yourself. The very thought of taking a grave robber into our service chills my stomach, but as Mr. de Montfaucon is fond of saying, needs must as the devil's drives. Needs must as the devil drives. I did read that correctly. It falls to me then to brief you in your ungodly task, and as you should be well aware, you shall only be paid upon your successful return with the artifact. That is a different way of spelling it for sure. Oh, shut up. You know what? I'm cool with that clue, because we already knew that. Should you find yourself having any ideas otherwise, I must stress to you that while the artifact is of enormous value, it is only of value within a certain small community of researchers. It is not for your eyes or hands of an uneducated man such As yourself, I unconditionally demand that you do not interact with the object in any way. It might prove incredibly dangerous for you to do so. It is an instrument of great power and should not be interfered with by inferior. Hey, there was something there! I actually did not know that was there! This looks like it belongs somewhere. Well, most things tend to belong somewhere. Southeast, west, north. Southeast, west, north. Southeast, west. I missed the second south. Southeast. Seswin. Well, at least you made that easy to understand. Well, that's a fun shape. Again, I have actually beaten this game before, but that doesn't mean I remember anything. But I've always just been really good at these types of games to begin with, and I'm not sure why. That's ominous. Now, while this game is particularly creepy, I don't remember it ever having any jump scares. It's just unsettling. Well, you weren't there earlier. Thanks for throwing me off my game. Symbol on the bottom right change shapes. Well, that's creepy. If I look like I'm wigging out, because I am. You've done well to emerge from the crypt, sound of both mind and spirit. Nope, though I fear this is only the beginning of your trials. Illumination. Very true. Yeah, I forgot to mention, this game freaks me the crap out. Oh, this is a level where the first time I played it, I needed to use a hint. Like, this was the first time I needed a hint. Anyways. There's still no sign of my patient worse than, and my frustration, I even scaled the foremast myself. A fool's errand. The fog is so dense I can barely see my own deck from the crow's nest, let alone the Helena. Regardless, I have the gun deck run out the cannons in readiness. It's good to keep them in sharp. Crow's nest, foremast, cannon. I can read highlighted. That key did not fit in correctly. A mountain, a moor, a palace, a slum. Why not the quarters of a galleon in full sail? With each dizzying step, I am whisked around the globe as simply as turning a corner. Will you be following my path or forging one anew? What sights you must have witnessed, if my own experience is any guide? I'll keep leaving notes, and I urge you to do the same, that we might know if our paths have crossed. Thrilling as this is, there is something not quite right with this place. Though I struggle to define what, some earthy tang of reality that is quite missing. I sometimes fancy I can smell the lime in the grease paint. Oh, that's a key. Oh, there's something here. The other half is missing. Here it is! The first time I needed to use a clue. Well, not yet, actually. Hello, diary. It's been 30 weeks at sea, and the crew grows restless at our lack of plunder. Though I would not betray it, I share of those concerns. A privateer's license is no small investment, and my investors will not be happy without a return. According to the prisoners we took off the San Espacito, we should find the Santa Helena in these waters, fresh out of New Granada. They were simple swabs, ignorant of all save the workings of the deck, but they spoke of some artifact of great value aboard. I gave them a place amongst my crew. Okay, that's it. Arrow up. Ew, something I can move. Lo and behold, I can. Anything else on that side? Oh. Fascinating. Cannot interact with that side. It's not the right shape. I'm going to have to find the other pieces of the key puzzle art. I mean, I could always just cheat it and line up the shape manually. Which is what I did the first time, I think. Gotta remember I have this stupid lens thing. Oh. Bottom left corner. Duly noted. I do want to try and find the rightmost piece without cheating it. Oh well. Based off extrapolation, it should be bottom right corner. still don't know where to get the other piece of the puzzle for the previous puzzle we solved, but hey, whatever. It didn't take long for us to track her down. We raced north for 2 miles on the deep sea currents to overhaul her head start. Approaching the mainland, we turned west for 2 miles to cut her off. With no sign, we headed 3 miles back south to meet her. We sighted her sure enough, but she cut through the cape before we could intercept. Now we must wait for the tide. So, north, north, west, west, south, south, south. This is where we failed the puzzle. I don't feel remotely bad about this because we spent so long clicking at this trying to figure out how it works. It rotates. We clicked and dragged so many times, it just never moved. Even the elements turn against us. Passage through the cape took us 4 miles west, and we soon sighted her mast 4 miles to the north of us. Seeing us in pursuit, she cut west 2 miles into a fog bank. With our heavy ballast, we could easily overhaul her if only this accursed fog should lift. Need to be able to move through the fog, which requires a key that we don't have. The cuts, aren't it? I remembered where the final piece of the puzzle is. It's up here. I'm disappointed with myself. Okay. So west 4. 4, north 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an additional 2 west. We have her now. The fog lifted shortly before noon, and she was 6 miles to the south. Rapidly, we closed her down, and she fled east 2 miles back towards the cape. Now she just lies north of us by 1 mile. She won't reach the cape again. Fog is lifted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, that wasn't scary. I'm totally not panicked at all and totally forgot that happened or something. Yeah. Put us to the helm and spin us sideways. Avast. SLRL. Rose. Somebody has way too much fun building these things. Santa Helena came apart on rocks at 1800 hours, so 6 p.m. She heaved as if the bottom had been torn from her and began taking on water at a terrible rate. Only there were no rocks. We approached as close as we dared to try and take on survivors, but only one swam clear of the wreckage. He is some sort of a scholar. A wild-eyed wreck of a man in tattered, blood-stained rags. Clutched in his white-knuckled fist was some sort of sculpture that he babbled was of an unimaginable power and worth. Seems our prize might have not gone with the Helena. I moved into my quarters for safekeeping. Oh, wait. It is the natural tendency of this world to twist itself into an ever more elaborated arrangements, like the spirals of a vortex at once both the pattern and the system. It seems as though each room is in itself a part of a wider apparatus. You must tune the room to find the glyph, tune the glyph to find the door. All must be aligned, but to what purpose? Am I the explorer or the prisoner? Ass. Wait. Disc. Shape brings up with this one. Alright. What an unnecessarily complex process for a wait. should have solved this the first time. How? I think my favorite part of this is that that would change absolutely nothing about the weight of that. I didn't mean to do that. I was actually trying to rotate my camera. Absolutely love that one. The fact that the top pops off to a completely different weight. Spring technically wasn't wrong. Anchors awake. Oh, that started. assure you, game, despite your flashing, confused, symbol, top left corner. Actually, how do ads even work on Twitch? That's a legitimate question, because I don't know. I haven't watched Twitch. I haven't seen ads. So I have no idea how ads actually work on Twitch, insofar as... Oh. Like, when an ad break occurs, does everything sit still until you come back? Keyhole up here. I didn't notice. I literally clicked on that by accident. This reminds me of Return of the Obra Dinn, a game I've never played, so I have no idea why that reminded me of that. Cost of glyph, attune the... Nope. Found it by accident. It's not on purpose. Welcome to Ancient Aztec. You have successfully navigated the secrets of the ship, yet this grim ordeal will become increasingly challenging. Navigation. At least I haven't actually required any hints thus far. I've clicked on a hint once, but that was to get the tutorial to shut up about the fact that there was a hint. I see. See, metal. Yes. Crossbow. Ah, yes. This is something I struggled with. Just gonna clean that off now before I forget later. Because I interacted with that so many times, but no matter how much I clicked or dragged, nothing happened, and that's because it does incredibly small changes. Another door, another room, another door, another room. Either you are as lost as I, or more likely you have forsaken me. Another room, another door. Yet never a pang of hunger, nor the welcome respite of sleep. Another door, another room. I keep a tally in my ledger, but I can no longer count the marks. I count the pages. The writing keeps me sane, I tell myself so. I did not deserve this hell. Yes, you did, ass. This is literally entirely a hell of your own making. This is 100% your own fault. Thank you. Now I just need a second tower. Am I not what the fool says? I need a key for that. Why was the door being kept shut with the crossbow bar? I don't know what else to call that. That's a slot for something, for sure. Not very helpful to say that out loud, but I did, so haha. Let's deal with that. Wait. Okay, you can reach where you need to go. You cannot. You can. You can go in here. You can come in, and you can go in. A trigger mechanism. Mechanism. We appear to be missing a string and a bolt. Not need a puzzle solve help the first time. I will not need a puzzle solve help this time. Pierce the eye. You know what? I didn't actually read that the first time. I just did that. Just click on everything. I have to interact with something eventually, right? I refuse to use hints. I am a stubborn goat, and I shall remain such. If I'm going to be completely honest, my ring light is irritating me. Cannot interact with that torch. Unfortunate. The bottom of the token is a key. The tower has a point, but I don't know where it goes. Something goes there, but I know I don't have it because that is an oil tray. There's one less thing I need to find. Suffer, nerd. I see a once mighty people brought low by these heathen invaders and their plagues. They look to their priestess for the will of the gods, but the jaguar and the feathered serpent speak to me no more. The crystal of our ancient mothers is being summoned. I would speak to them. I see. I understood none of that, but I understood it was words. Oh yes, my favorite piece in a video game, the one that cheats. To the chest. I wonder how long gears have actually been around for. Oh, I know where that goes. That's a hammerhead. This is taking too many strikes. A shard of glass. Glask. Those are the symbols that are down here. So a J and two V's. Got it. I don't know if those are actual symbols, and if they are, I apologize, but what do you expect me to do? I don't recognize them. A J. Two V's. Oh, good. We were missing this tower. That's a dagger. Did this letter somehow change? No, it did not. Thank goodness for that. I'd lose my mind otherwise. Oh. How did I not notice that? That is kind of funny. A door! A door! Two U's and an X. Curse magic mirrors cool cursey magic. Stick the dagger in the dagger hole. That sounded like it stabbed someone. Oh. I think I just assassinated the king via a voodoo doll. To which, that's not how actual voodoo works, and the only reason I know that is because my sister was a Wiccan for a while. Flint. I see past lives, future lives, and possible lives. Need a crossbow bolt. Fire! To be fair, this is probably the level I remember the most about because it was one of the most fun. I am blind as my reflection. Our gods do not live here. This way brings no salvation. This path is not from my people. I shall seal them from it. Huh. That cracked something. The question is, what and how? Completely honest, I'm scared of all implications. Where'd you go? That freaked me out the first time, but now this is the second time I've seen it, so I'm not as freaked out. Oh, what do you know? There's holes on the back of it for making it there, so I'm cracking it too. And there's also a massive perfect split through it. Wait, did the person who was writing all those letters seal this inside their own head? Because if so, that's pretty metal. Do I need an epilepsy warning? Is that bad enough to trigger epilepsy? I legitimately don't know. 17th Franklin? You handled yourself well in the temple. May your good fortune be as light as you navigate over darker chambers. Reflection. This is the other room where we needed help. And the hint button didn't work. No, the way we got help was my brother had to physically look up a guide for this level. A viewfinder. Bailey and Sons, lawyers to the shipping trade.
5th March 1883, Miss Margaret Cox, I am writing to you for the final time. Before I begin the proceedings I have brought to your attention. Since my brother's disappearance, you have attached yourself to my mother like a leech. For her sake, I would prefer this to be quiet, but you are a charlatan and a fraud, and I must expose you as such if I must. Leave her be, or else the paper has offered me a full page. Robert Bailey. Ah, 17 Franklin Court. For Simon Grayson, aka the Great Khan, what has become of you? You know I can tell when you're lying. I was the only one you could never fool. I know you have it. Have you started playing without me? It sounds magnificent. The pressman isn't going to leave me alone, and you owe me, you sow. Since when can you resist putting on a performance? We'll be pioneers. I'll be at the line at 9 o'clock. You'll be there. I know you. Mix. Line at 9 o'clock, huh? By any chance, is that a different word for lens? I know not what I do not know. Alright. Don't look like I can open that. Can't interact with the window. Key. Hello, key. Where do you go? Oh no, I can rotate you. That's not great. Never is, really. Are you the key of rotatability? No, you are not. You are a different key, a different shape, different fool for me to make. Foiled by the technology working as intended. That's a gun. But I'm going to keep clicking around because I am utterly lost. That appears to be a button. I might be able to press that without any external means. But I cannot test until the ads are done. There was a 5 on the leg. I saw it earlier. The lens is nearly useless. Oh, that is a button. Can you tell how I know? The answer is because I clicked on it earlier, but now I can see that it's a button in a different way. So I found the thing I'm supposed to do. That's a number. It says 1. I think. Oh, that just opened. If you are here, then my travails? If you are here, then my TRAVAILS. I don't know that word. Have not been in vain. I gotta look that word up. It's gonna drive me insane if I don't. Travail, to engage in painful or laborious effort. So basically, his effort has not been put to waste. Okay. If nothing else, my promise to you gave me purpose. If I was damned for trapping you here, then I offer you my redemption. I finally hold the key. The secret to this world of worlds, this place of endless places. With it, you may lift the veil peak behind the curving. We do not have to take the path that is offered. The bug. So a key, I don't know where it goes. A viewfinder, I don't know where it goes. And a piece of paper that, despite knowing where it goes, I do not have the key. Temple, voyage, time, sanctuary, and knowledge. Huh. a light bulb. Why did that work this time? I haven't seen any super clicky switches. Yes, I'm fully aware there's a torn photograph behind the glass. I need that plastic key though, the one I don't have, because this is a key, but it's the wrong key. I need a different key, the key that be. That's technically the wrong light, but I want to steal it and use it anyway. Great, I'm stuck again, and I refuse to use that blasted hint. You have numbers on the back of you. Oh. Oh right, I forgot about this. Yeah, this gets weird. A letter. It says infinity. A shape. A key, in fact. The one pointed down has a shape on its side. The one pointed far out... I think I have this one and this one reversed. But other than that... I'm locky-de-lock. A metal symbol. This is the puzzle I failed. Because this one goes out to 5, and one of these goes out to 1, and the last one only goes out to like 2. Should probably actually find all the numbers. Because yeah, this one is bottom 5, and then there's this one all the way over here that you cannot see for the life of you, but it is actually IV. The middle is 4. Can you tell? We couldn't. We began at home, staring up at us. So much to discover, so little time. Oh, there it is. There's a 2 at the top. So yeah, no. For the longest time we kept trying to solve it on 1 and 2 and we couldn't figure it out. Because it's 4. But you can't tell that it's 4. A bulb. Not really a puzzle. So long as you follow the exact path it gives you, you're screwed. The Stars Tarot card. Cosmos. Ah! We began at home, staring at the stars, so little time. Voyage. Countless ships for us, triumphant to a hidden temple. It was at home you proved a shallow friend. So ship Temple Sanctuary. Voyage Temple Sanctuary. Simple enough. Bye, wine glass. It's nice having you when we're here. Endless. Under these alien stars, I courted only death. I am saved by science, my muse. Oh! Up, up, down, 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 up. Hello, Death. What was the sequence again? Sorry, I forgot. Stars, death, science. That was the most violent. Hope. The null graced me with time for a dozen lives. Now death returns to take his so null, time, death. I do not have null. Oh. Spell fell off. It's the key. A brass dial. Decorative plate. Calm. do anything. I wonder where I put this dial. Huh. I wonder what other words work with that thing. What the crap? Surrey Safe Company's fire resisting safe. Null time death. Well, that's one way to get through the glass that's been causing me problems this entire time. Hey look, a dead man holding a pocket watch. Hey look, a dead man holding a pocket watch. The state of that shoulder implies that he was stabbed and bled to death from it. Oh, you have a letter from my friend. Now you see the truth of it. Time within this place works differently from without. An hour, a day, a century, who is to say? A pity I had to wait here to see you on your final step of the jury. Everything is in readiness. Take this, use it to find the room. A.S. Not sure how I feel using a pocket watch from the title screen on a dead man's hand, but hey. Where does this key go? Legitimately. Hello. Oh, you're a different movie shape compared to this. Chapter complete. You are to be congratulated. You escaped the curious events of the seance with all your faculties intact. Damnation. I am on a boat. The boat is afloat. Hi, giant thing underneath the water. You scared me. I know that nothing happens, but you still scare me. Does that say Kraken? No, it says Charon. Chiron? Charon. The ferryman of the dead from Greek history. History. Mythology. That was a chapter? Even short journeys can cover great distance. And by making it to the other side of the crossing, you may now, ready for the final step, make good fortune go with you. Isolation. That was a chapter. That was it. Ah, yes, the room of many, 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 many things. Receptacles receive, perhaps. Nothing I can do there. A thing on the floor I can't interact with. The door is wired, there's Teslas on the floor. A machine, it has nothing. Nothing I can use. I think I need a screw, a battery or something. XPT 1.27, subject Alpha 17, Lamprina Arata. Oh, XBT experiment 1-27. So that is the golden stag beetle. Subject unresponsive to post-mortem application of serum number 4 with comb with electrical stimulation of range of 10 to 1,000 milliamperes, megaamperes, amperes. Corpus degradation considerable with high amperes. Conclude Coleoptera is unsuitable for further study. That's a lot of fancy words to just say, hey, don't run experiments on this thing. It's not very good for it. It doesn't perform well. screwdriver. Experiment 2.07, subject beta 4, ratus ratus. I assume that's just a rat. Subject necrosis significantly halted by pre-mortem application of serum number 5. Temporary musculature reflex restoration witnessed with post-mortem electrical stimulation of range 75 to 85 milliamps. Well, that was funky. I can use a screwdriver. Nope, that does not require a screwdriver. What requires a screwdriver? I have a screwdriver. Who knows what I can do with it? Oh, hello, you're a beetle. Strange place for you to be, beetle, but okay. Well, aren't you a funky thing? A wooden box. There's 2 slots in the back and a couple of numbers on the front. From oh, it's a ferrofluid pattern recognition. Okay, so that's a 1. I think. 7, I think. 3. That's right, this should unlock. A battery. That seems like an incredibly unsafe way to charge a battery. Oh well. Also, that was an incredibly fast charging. There we go. That's some video game logic for you. Star-shaped handle. I know where that goes. That goes on the star-shaped hole over here. Drum of images. Mutoscope in motion pictures. Experiment 73. Personal recording sealed. A letter. Oh, this is the name from earlier. Dear Professor de Montfaucon, while I don't doubt your altruistic motives, your sister's condition is not aided by her continued confinement to your estate. I beg of you to see Madame Lucy return to the sanatorium as early as can be arranged. Yours, Dr. Beckett. Hello, beetle. Oh, water bug, beetle, whatever. Similar enough. Not really. Thank you for automatically snapping to the correct one, because I sure didn't know. Experiment 5.01. Subject EH, upper right appendage, severed at the glunohumeral joint. Necrosis in subject halted completely via pre-mortem application of serum 5 followed by post-mortem application of serum 4. Perfect musculature reflex witness with electric stimulation at 77 3/4 milliamps. Trying to revive the dead, are we? Mortality is a horrible thing. Why do you mortals desire it so? I need a battery. Now the laser pews across the room. A battery. A bug. Experiment 13. Subject L. Cardiac viscous. Necrosis halted indefinitely. Manual operation at 77 3/4 milliamps. Facsimile of life restored only with proximity to raw null. No further avenues. No way back. Dear Lucy, forgive me. I was too late. So, you tried to revive and failed to revive Lucy. A piece of a broken plaque. Dislike the noises. Greatly, I do. Time for this to fail. No way, the same method works twice. Ignoring the fact that this is still dangerously sparking. Illogical machinery. That's supposed to be helpful. Null has stopped moving. This room is hissing. Green ground beetle. Oh, good. It didn't affect my lungs. No need for that. Absolutely none whatsoever. That noise was harsh and hurt my head. You were one of the shapes, I think. Yes, and the other one was the double V. That was weird. Why that would have just moved? Where does that key go? Just kidding. It goes here. I just gotta rotate the lock for it to fit. Triangle. Cross. Excuse me, I need to recalibrate to shoot the new target. lens for my eyepiece. It's green.
Green and red make yellow.
Welcome. It seems to be my fate to be forever standing on the shoulders of greater men. Montfaucon's work here makes mine appear that of a child. He never cracked the final secret of the doors as I have. He carried with him the key all along, but he never realized. The soul is the root of the null. It comes down to a simple trade. Mine for hers and hers for yours. The heart is the seat of the soul. Travel well and don't look back. Wherever you see here, don't ever look back. A.S. One is the triangle. Easy. Triangle. The question is, what is 2? Is that that is a heart. Congratulations, you have completed the Room 2. Where many have faltered, you have succeeded in discovering the many mysteries held within this most unique space. You fled the laboratory and escaped the confounded house where it all began. After much scientific study, I can only conclude that it is an absolute impossibility that the null sample under my custody is the only one in existence. It stands to reason that there must be a great number of somehow coordinated samples which exert some form of control over these curious events. Professor de Montfaucon, 19th November, 1903. And to thank you for playing. I still want you to fix that stupid 4 so that way we can see the V. Seriously.
And that's going to be it for this stream.
I guess I'm kind of making a mini-series out of The Room, but that's more of a thing of all the games are incredibly fast to play. I say as if this didn't take 2 hours, but it is incredibly fast still. I played almost all the games in a single day with my brother. So, yeah. on the Twitch side of things and you want to find it easier to find videos or find old VODs, then the YouTube side of things makes that a lot easier. That will be all.